Wonderful to see you all. Life is difficult, right? That too being on the spotlight. Life is complex. But that is interesting also, majority of the times. When life would be interesting when we count on our blessings and discount on the areas where we don't have any control, right? Understanding the framework, understanding the right framework, the right composition in life, so is the magic. Yeah. If you see, always there would be many questions on us, trying to understand what is the right framework in life. Do we have any such magical framework which defines success in the life? Any magical performance monitoring system at the end of anybody's life, so that will automatically calculate and give some numbers and to establish what kind of performance that person made in his life? And so do we have any such one system which fits everybody and monitor them and gauge their success, their fulfillment, their well-being? So what is that they gained? Very difficult questions, right? Yeah, in fact, all of them are very difficult questions for everybody. And certainly, so they are complex. And as humans, we always strive to resolve complex threads of mysteries in life. If you see, majority of those times, those mysteries are knitted around understanding the purpose, defining the path, creating a legacy, so on and so forth, right? If you see any successful person, so normally they run behind understanding what their purpose, what their lives, what kind of legacy they can leave it to the society and all at some point of their life. Correct. So that's how it goes. And so we all need to understand few basic concepts. So what is fulfillment? What is well-being in life? What is fulfillment? How does it look like? How do we get it? A lot of questions. So we need to pose every time. Fulfillment is about living a deeply meaningful life, a life with purpose, life with satisfaction. If you see the other concept, in addition to the fulfillment, we're all running behind, we are racing behind to catch it as well-being. What is well-being? As per the definition of the dictionary, well-being is being healthy, happy, so prosperous. So that may be true, but that may not be complete every time, because well-being is the combination of feeling good and doing well in various aspects of life. So those aspects connected with emotional aspects, physical aspects, social aspects, a lot of perspectives in life. Today, I would like to share my experiences around few concepts. These fundamental concepts got profound impact on how do we improve well-being and fulfillment in our life. Right? So there are three concepts I would like to touch base on today. Is gratefulness, generosity, and giving back. These are three interconnected threads. So they help us upbringing fulfillment and well-being in our life. Let me start with gratefulness. What is gratefulness, right? Gratefulness is sense of being thankful for somebody. That is the first thread today I wanted to talk about. Gratefulness teaches us how do we appreciate the blessings we have in our life, how small or how big so they are. All right? So let me ask you a question, or let me request you to look back on a particular point of time in your life where you felt a memorable gratefulness in your life. All right? Everybody will have a bundle of such memories, because we are dealing with people, we have multiple associations day in and day out. So definitely we all have those bundle of memories. Normally, those memories of gratefulness are connected with some kind of small help from somebody, sometimes who are around us, right? Sometimes, so that would be great help from somebody, majorly loved ones who knows us very well, so help us sailing through challenging times in our life. Everybody will have such memories. I would like to share a story today with all of you. So it goes back to 25 years ago, so period, right? So there was a student, so from a town called Guntur. I think majority of you know Guntur. So that should be as big as Bhimavaram, so now, right? So the student completed his graduation almost 25 years ago. So tried looking at his life and tried getting his self improved, and so he started his journey from town to downtown, right? That is city. So he tried level best to be there. He tried getting onto employment with multiple organizations, right? And I think he was not very successful in the initial attempts. So because you all know, students from town backgrounds, so they'll have their genuine challenges and difficulties in life, right? Even though they are pretty good, conceptually strong, so they have their problem with their communication, so their confidence levels and all, right? So this student also struggled with those parameters. So what happened on a wonderful morning, so he attended an interview, and one of the hiring managers really tried understanding what kind of genuine problems this guy is facing, and tried understanding the capabilities of this person. And that person, hiring manager, took a courageous decision. When I say courageous decision, organizations wanted ready-made people to get onto the job, right? So every time they wanted heroes and heroines on the job from the day one. But this hiring manager took a call and took a conscious decision to hire that student, considering his academic capabilities and technical background and all the confidence hiring manager got during that interaction. And so he got selected, he got into a multinational organization, right? And so that student, I think, is doing very well in his career, so no look back for him, right? Just to mention you, so that is the same student who is standing in front of you today. And I still remember, after 25 years, I still remember the face of the hiring manager, the expression of the hiring manager, right? What kind of gratefulness that is shown by the hiring manager at that particular point of time. Those are memories of gratefulness. We all have such grateful moments in our lives, so we need to understand, all right? Then moving back to the second thread is generosity. Generosity is an outcome of the grateful heart. Generosity is giving your knowledge, your time, your resources for somebody without expecting anything in return. At the cost of repeating, I am saying generosity is the act of contributing your knowledge, your time, your resources to somebody without expecting anything in return. All right? The acts of generosity will have a ripple effect, so that would be very helpful for the society. I think we heard about what kind of foundations are made in this world, right? People are being generous, right? Their legacy is flowing on, that is multiplying, and so that is helpful for the society and the world at large. And third point, I'm talking about giving back to the society. So this is culmination of gratefulness and generosity. All right, this is more organized way of generosity, right? As a citizen, you understand you are accountable to deliver, giving it back, right? So it happens with more organized approach. So we see lot of those kind of giving back initiatives happening in the world. So let me share you a personal story. Today, this is the story how a small thought developed into a wonderful framework. So this is predominantly connected with setting up of isolation centers across the nation. So I believe you all still remember those ambulance sirens, right? And pathetic stories, fearful stories during pandemic times. So we still remember all those, right? What happened? So during that season, entire my family, including me, so we had the brunt of the infection those days. And fortunately, I am with a great organizations. Organizations helped us in many aspects. The organization set up a team called COVID Warriors. So that particular point of time, their job is getting connected to the impacted people on day in and day out basis, and understanding those requirements, helping them, and roping in the necessary support, necessary medical support, guidance, and all. Thanks to all those efforts. So thank God. So we are all doing very well today. And CSR function of our organization, corporate social responsibility function of our organization. started looking at how do we contribute as an organization to the society. So what we thought about is how do we reduce the stress on the existing medical systems. That was the priority to that particular point of time. So by the time, I have also recovered. So I started working very closely with this particular group of people. So what we tried looking at it is how why can't we set up these isolation centers? Right? There is dearth of isolation centers in the country, and so that too, setting up an isolation center from a private corporate is very difficult at that particular point of time. So there is no support from the government and nobody knows what to do and all. So I have got a chance to work with many people across in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. What we tried understanding is how do we quickly set up an isolation center sponsored by private organizations. That is very difficult because of the restrictions you all know. So then, so we set up one such center. So I have got an opportunity to put on standard operating procedures of how a private organization can run a pandemic isolation center. That may be useful for tomorrow as well, if at all any such unnamed or the new pandemic that comes. I did put on the document and I have got a chance to share with Hyderabad Software Enterprises Association and shared with a couple of other private agencies and all. I think as an organization we have also set up almost 17 isolation centers across the nation. I think that kind of effort provided sigh of relief for so many people, right, who are actually eagerly waiting to join those centers to get the required medical support, guidance and all. Right? Probably you may be wondering today, why are we talking about it after 3 years? So that is not just to boast about anybody's contributions. That is just to tell you, every one of us got the power to make the change in the society. Right? To ignite any spark of thought process which is connected with generosity. You don't need to be a billionaire, you don't need to be starting a foundation, you don't need to be a celebrity, you don't need to be an influencer. Right? Even anybody, right? CEO of an organization or an employee in the organization and a student like you who is studying hard also can contribute to the society if you embrace the mindset, right? If you embrace, you understand the basics of the generosity and giving back, right? You also can contribute. That is what my intent to share that story with all of you. Gratefulness, generosity and giving back, they form positively infectious cycle, right? If somebody started understanding the abundant mindset and started embracing the gratefulness and generosity, so they can create ripple effects in the society. And that would be a wonderful world, right? If everybody, they started understanding the abundance, right? So they started practicing gratefulness, generosity. So that is the world, ideal world we are all should be looking at. So correct? I said, and so look at the ways where you can contribute to the society. Try taking up some time, either understanding what kind of challenges we have in the society and try contributing with the authorities. Getting onto a charity, right, working with an organization or association or a committee. I think take out some time, a bit of time. So why we all need to do is, that would not be only helpful for the society. So any kind of act of giving would be helpful for the person who is involved in doing it as well. Anybody who is on the journey of giving to the society, they will definitely experience happiness and health for sure. So because they only look at what they have, they don't bother about what they lack. Right? That is the kind of mindset that will help them to prevail abundance in their own lives as well. And acts of generosity, they will trigger feel-good chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. They are good for health. And the process of giving, that would be helpful for everybody who involved, helpful to build great connections in your life, right? And helpful for the environment, helpful for you to understand how resilient you can be when you have challenges in your life. The process of giving, who are involved, or all who are there in this process, they would be benefited. So at this point, I would like to come back to my question, where we have started this discussion. So do we have any such magical framework which is available to gauge the success in life? So do we have any such performance evaluation mechanism to understand how at the end of somebody's life, if I feed all the information into a data system that will say, so your life is 70% successful, 100% successful, do we have any such mechanism? Or do we have any such one size fit to gauge a person's life's contributions? Yeah, so we don't have any such mechanisms exactly, but so what I see is, I see the package of 3G. So not 3G, 4G, 5G. So that, not that. So 3G is, the package of 3G is about understanding gratefulness, understanding generosity, understanding giving back. So this is a holistic framework. So we all can adapt to ensure that we live our life to the fullest and we live our life with abundant well-being. So what we all can do? So we can ensure that this world is going to be a great place to live. This is already a great place. We just need to ensure. So this is going to be a great place. We should not be disrupting it too much. All right? And while we are all leaving today after this session, so my request for all of you to take back the convictions with you. Each one of us has the power to contribute. Each one of us has the power to help the world. Each one of us can be brand ambassadors in good deeds. You don't need to be a celebrity, a multi-millionaire to do that. Right? Remember, power of giving is positively infectious. I'm leaving it here. Thank you all.